Good day, good day, good day, good day. Um, Hoping and praying that you are having a very good day. Today, I want to talk to you. It's right now, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up, but I'm not up because of anything you did or said, but I'm up because I'm a writer. Um, Today, I want to talk about the psychological effects of the coronavirus. The psychological effects of the coronavirus, how to stay positive, fight the coronavirus in a negative world. How to stay positive and fight the coronavirus in a negative world. A few days ago, I came to you and I gave you my testimony. I came to you, I told you that all the things that I was going through while fighting this demonic, satanic virus that has hit the world and that has taken out so many people. And I came to you and I gave you my testimony and I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul. And today's message is how to stay positive in a negative world when battling the coronavirus. And sometimes staying positive is a hard thing to do when, believe it or not, doing what I did was really tough for me, and I knew it may be tough for members of my family and stuff. But I didn't expect the negative that came back. And it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. Thank you, everyone, my prayer warriors, my friends, my family, everyone. Thank you so much for your support. There was a small group that thought what I went through was funny. They thought I deserved it. And they said things to my daughter that hurt her feelings. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to be negative if I can help it. But when you hurt my child or my family, it's kind of hard. So, but I'm going to talk about being positive in a negative world with, and battling the coronavirus. Now, I told you the story of what happened to me. And I told you how it was when I crawled out of my bed and went to the window. And I went to the window and was freaking choking and open, and I still couldn't smell the air. And a demonic voice, in my voice, said, "Jump." And I looked around and I knew that I don't think that way. I knew I don't think that way. But why was I now thinking that way? That was part of the virus. I had negatively listened to the satanic voice say, "Hey, look, you're going to die anyway. You're going to die. You're going to suffer. You might as well get this over with. You won't have to suffer anymore." And then that thought came to me, and then I fought the thought because I don't think that way. But for some people, when that happens, they may go with it. We saw the image of the guy that jumped off the roof. I know what he was going through. He jumped. He died. He killed himself. I know what he was going through. This thing is no joke, and you have to remember, when you get a fever, right? When you get a fever, you become irritable. You become anxious. You become upset and angry, and especially if you're a person who's always been in good health. But you have to say, you have to turn it into a positive when those negative thoughts come, no matter how you're feeling. Don't help it kill you. When I realized that and I was not breathing, when I said, hey man, you're gonna have to take me out yourself. Don't help it. Don't help it kill you. Don't help it destroy your life and your family. Yeah, you're irritable. Man, it hurts. Yeah, you're angry. But if you are blessed and have people around you who love you, try not to snap at them. Try not to bark at them. Try not to have that irritating personality. And at the same time, you don't have an appetite. You can't smell the food. You can't taste the food. Eat anyway. Eat anyway. There was a horrible smell that kept smelling every day. And it was like, it was from lemons or something, but it was horrible. And that's the only smell I can have. And I hated that smell. I hated it. But I couldn't get rid of it. And I wake up night and day with this smell and can't taste the food. And it didn't have an appetite. But even if you don't have an appetite, you know you have to eat. Eat anyway. I ate and did not like the taste of the food. I didn't want the food, but I knew my body needed the food. The virus can tell you, you don't want nothing. Yeah, no, you do. I drank 3 and 4 bottles of water every few hours, and let me tell you, you really need it. Yeah, I'm running to the bathroom, but guess what? You don't want to run to the bathroom, but you really need it. The negatives of this virus telling you you're not going to make it. You're going to be sick. You can't fight me. Right? That made me want to fight. When that thought came, I fight because I'm a fighter. I'm a trained fighter, but I'm a fighter too. Let me tell you something else. You need support from your family and friends. You need support from your family and friends. My little brother spoke to me at least 6 or 7 to 8 times a day while I was going through this. And you have to understand, he had just gotten the virus a few days before me. He called me first crying while he was going through what he had to do. And then then later on, I called him. I called him when I was on the hospital bed thinking I was going to die, so that he can start getting everything together. And it got so bad that I promise you, I started writing my obituary. I started writing my obituary because I, in my thinking, listening to the virus, knew this thing was going to kick my butt. But I was going to fight back. And fighting is positive at times. Because Ecclesiastics say there's a time for everything. There's a time for peace and there's a time for war. And when you have the virus, it's a time for war. Don't give in. Don't give in. Try not to get admitted to the hospital. Do everything you can to save yourself. As soon as you feel a little something, jump on it. The headaches or the fever, jump on it. Get the Tylenol, get the Robitussin, get the zinc. Jump on it right away. Don't wait until to find out, I think it's a cold, and you find out it's the coronavirus, which is really, really tough. I can only stay positive because I have positive people around me. I tell you, my brother, when he found out and he knew I was suffering, they had to stop him from leaving Far Rockaway to come to freaking Harlem, because he knew he couldn't come in, but he wanted to just sit on a bench and be outside the window because he didn't want me to be alone. You know how that felt? That felt good to know that my brother loved me enough to want to do that. And that's my little brother who, all our life, we fought together. We played together. We fought against it. Was, that he loved me enough that he would be there for me. That my little god sister would call me every day and say, "Hey, look, I'm going to the store. What do you need?" And 10, she has been so supportive and positive and reaching out and stretching her hand and just doing anything that she can to make me comfortable. I really, truly appreciate her. I thank you so much. Thank you. You have to have a support group. When I was laying down, and this is something you may have to face or someone you love, I was laying down, and here I am, too weak to move, and no money for groceries. Can't get around. What do you do? What do you do? Dial 311. Dial 311. There's a lot of city programs and stuff, right? And they will bring the food to your door. They will tell you where to get the food if you have that kind of strength. They will help you. But more importantly, if you have friends and family, and some of us aren't blessed like that, they don't have a Karen and a Rock and a Leon. Leon, who, like I said, 6, 7, 8 times a day, just talking to me. We FaceTiming and everything, 6, 7, 8 times a day. My son's mother calling me. What do you need? Do you have enough money? What do you want? Whatever you want, let me know. Staying positive because you got positive friends and family behind you. My godfather calling me, California. He's going through stuff too, and he's calling me, making sure every day, twice a day, minimal. How you feeling? What you doing? Did you stretch today? Did you meditate today? Make sure you do your meditation, right? You have positive people coming at you each way, because when you're down, you want to be down. You get stuck in the muck and the mire of the poor me's and the pity party, right? And you don't really have time for that. But your positiveness comes from the people you love. When you hear their voice, and they call you and they just say, "Hey man, I just want you to know I love you." And you wanted to say bye to certain people, and I knew I wouldn't be able to see them, right? You want to stay positive in this negative time. Now, there were some folk, getting back to it, who enjoyed my suffering. Took what I said and got every negative I said and called me crazy and all that kind of stuff and passed it on to my daughter, which is fine. Because, see, she's a minister and she knows too. She knows that there's always a battle between good and evil. And listen, I'm not going to say anything bad about you, because I'm going to keep this positive. When I want everyone to know, if you're going through it, don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about the people who give up on you. Don't worry about those who are already planning your funeral or rejoicing in your sickness. Don't worry about that, because you have God on your side. The forces of good and evil are always battling. You have God on your side. And because they're not going through it today, because their families may be safe or they may be safe, doesn't mean it's not going to happen to them tomorrow. This thing is still out there, and people are starting to get sick now. Some of us are healing, but some of us are getting sick. And those who are getting sick, you now know what you're going to be facing, because we faced it before you. You know you're going to have that fight in you. And believe me, when you're laying there, you don't want to fight. But you know you have to fight. And coronavirus doesn't necessarily have to mean death. Fight it. Fight it hard. Stay positive. Like I said, Leon was my rock. I was calling him and crying and telling him this, that, and the other thing, and he just listened, and he challenged me told me off, challenged me. And when he told me off and challenged me, he did it because he knew me. And when he did, it gave me a sense of wanting to fight more. Because he's my rock. He loves me. My son. You know how each and every day he would call me and say, Dad, are you okay? My other son, my big son, are you okay? My son in Phoenix had praying for me on his program. My daughter praying, have her church. You have to reach out. If people are not reaching out to you, you gotta reach out to them. Stay positive as possible. I'm positive that I'm gonna beat this thing. I still have a cough and don't feel 100%, but I'm gonna beat it. I don't know what happens in the end. I don't know. But you have to stay positive too. For all those naysayers and all that, listen, I have. For you who were laughing, and I also heard that several people, when they heard it, and they talked about how crazy I was and all that kind of stuff, they went out and brought popcorn and stuff and got a group together and did a group watch, right? And was not positive about me or my chances or my mental health. And for you, I can only say that I am a man of God, and I can't get or do anything less than Jesus. When Jesus was on the cross, he asked the Father to forgive them, for they know not what they do. And so I ask the same for you. Listen, I hope I wasn't too negative. Like I said, I'm trying to stay positive. Um, Bible said turn the other cheek, but I only have 4, right? And some of them are worthy of that. So I'm trying to be forgiving as possible. I just want you to know I love you. I love me. We're all in this together. We're alone together. I'm not sure how folks can take this particular video. I hope I don't shame anybody or embarrass anybody. I really do. I don't want to do that. I was worried about that in the last one. I just made it. And I love you. I love you. Okay? And for those who found out are my haters or my foes, and that, some of them actually wish that this thing would have overtaken me, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay because it's just okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody is not going to be on your side. And that was a hard lesson to learn. And hard to hear. And when I heard who they were, I was just shocked. But it's okay. Listen, I'm going to continue to fight the coronavirus. I'll be back again. I'll let you know if I discover anything new. Something comes up, I will let you know. I truly appreciate you following me, following my plight. I appreciate your prayers. Please continue to pray for me. I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. Thanks a lot. I'm going to see you at the top. I will be there. I'm going to be writing and directing and producing again. We're going to have a comeback. All right. See you at the top.